So in order to find the exact value of cosine of 2a, we're going to need to use a trig identity for cosine of 2a, which is going to be 1 minus 2 sine squared of a. Since we have the value of sine of a, we can just substitute that in here. If you ever forget this formula, you can always, well, hopefully you remember this one. Cosine of 2a is equal to cosine squared of a minus sine squared of a, and then simply replace the cosine squared with 1 minus sine squared. So then we've got negative sine squared twice, which is where this 2 came from. Okay, so we're going to be using this formula right here. We've got cosine of 2a is equal to, and now just take this negative 3/4 and substitute it in for the sine of a here. So we'd have 1 minus 2, and then a negative 3/4 is squared. So that's 1 minus 2, and this is going to be 9/16. And then when you reduce, this is going to be 9/8. So 1 minus 9/8. So that would be 8/8 minus 9/8 is negative 1/8. And that should be the answer. There's a couple of things we can do to check. One is, this says that the angle 2a is in quadrant 3. So if you use a smart trig class, then tangent is positive, but cosine would be negative. So that negative sign is right. And then to see if the 1/8 is correct, then you could use the calculator, go back to the beginning problem, and take sine inverse of the negative 3/4. So sine inverse of negative 3/4, and it doesn't really matter if it's in radians or degrees, as long as you leave it in the same mode the whole time. So that looks like it's in radians, that's fine. So that's angle A. Now double that so that we've got 2a, so times 2, and now evaluate cosine of that. So cosine of that answer, and we should get the negative 1/8, which would be negative 0.125. There it is.